I'm Jared, co-founder of Control Fitness, and today we're going to show you how to make a premium DIY Nordic bench. The first step is measuring the dead center of the board and then cutting it in half. Your third board, you'll need to do 3 cuts on, and you could have them do that at Home Depot, just like these first 2 cuts, or if you do own your own saw, you can do it with the saw, or you can use a hand saw. Oh, that's disappointing. So the next cut I'm gonna do with the hand saw that I finally found. We usually use it for clearing trails. Got 2 marks here on the board. I'm just gonna assume that people might not have a square, or, I mean, you can use really any straight edge. Oh. But you could use any straight edge to connect these lines, but I'm just gonna make these next 3 cuts by hand, and those are gonna be the cross braces as well as our foot anchor for the Nordic curl. We're gonna put the screws in. You can use really anything you got. You just want it to be, I would recommend about 2 inches long is a good standard. The 2x4s are gonna be 1.5 inches thick. And so anything over 1.5 inches will get the job done for the most part, but you wanna have at least 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch biting into the other board. Anything over 2 inches, you're probably just giving yourself more work.
What?
If you have a drill, this is when you would use a drill or an impact to put them in. If all you have is a screwdriver, you can just use that too. It's not going to be that many screws, and screws drive through pine pretty easy. All right, so got these evenly spaced now. Our total width here is 15.5, and we've got 4 2x4s, so each gap will just be 1/2 inch. I got a 2x4 here on the end, just floating, so that way I have something to push against with these boards as I'm tightening them down to make sure everything stays square. All right, so next here, we're gonna be putting on the back support for the board. And you're gonna measure 4 inches from the end here across. You can see my 4 markings here. And then we're gonna put in 4 more screws to hold it down. If you do have a drill, it'll make it a lot faster. Extra screw to stop it from trying to pivot, but it does like to pivot, so I'm going to add a bonus screw. time for the last step here. We got 2 of these guys from Home Depot, and we're gonna put them right here, 1 on each side. And this is gonna be your base for the feet to press against while you're doing Nordic curls. Yeah, I mean, that's actually surprisingly sturdy. So what you could also do here is just keep using screws. I'd say these are kind of unnecessary. They do work and they're very rigid, but you also can just put in screws from the bottom here. So this is an example. You don't want to get too close to the end, otherwise you risk cracking the wood. You could pre-drill your holes if you have a drill. If you just have a driver, then just toenail your screws. And so put your screw in from an angle about like this. And so that way you give yourself a little more distance from the edge, and that'll give you a lot of strength. Your nordCurl will be shipped to you fully assembled, and your first step will be to disassemble it and just taking off your pad and your anchor. And this anchor, of course, doubles as a pad, which we'll be showing you here shortly. And then to route it, I prefer to have this on my left side when I reach behind. You could also put it from the right side as well. And all you have to do is go down through the crack, snake it around to the crack on the other side, and then route it right through. There we go. So just like this, and that gives you your strap foot anchor. And then you take this guy here, give him a little pinch and a fold, and then you just ram it right through using your thumb to push, and then it'll come to the other side and just pull it right on through. And this extra neoprene pad here is to protect your ankles from the metal clamp. Route through the retaining strap, and then from there you go straight up through the clamp, just like so. And when you're doing this, be mindful to not get any twists in the strap. If anything is twisted, it'll make it annoying when you're trying to adjust it later. And you can try both ways. This is also very comfortable, but I think this is just a little bit more comfortable personally. So either one can be used. In the astute watcher, we'll see that there is actually one more board here than we showed before. After doing some testing, I found one board just wasn't enough support, and so I've added a second board over it. If you did want some extra traction, you could get some of that traction tape. They sell it at Home Depot too, to give, you know, just a little something more to grip your feet against here. But I just used a couple more of these mender straps on the front and back to give it a little bit more support. We've added the knee pad here to give us some nice cushion. You can use, you know, whatever knee pad you have laying around. This is the one that we have on our website that we sell with the bundle with the nordCurl. Let's give her a test here. All right, got my feet in. Pull up on the strap. A little adjustment to the side. Pull it on the strap. Get a good, there we go. Get a good snug fit. And I'm gonna get a little extra support today. All right, from the NordPack. All right. Yeah, it works really good. Doesn't need any counterweight. Yeah, really nice with resistance band for scaling. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh, ho!